Yeah.
You expect your partner to know, especially when it comes to sex.
Right.
It's like, well, if you love me, you should know.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you love me,
You should be able to read
you
my
should
mind.
read my mind.
Yeah.
Looking at the past and what has become of Will and Jada's relationship, you'd think there's no possible way things could get even more complicated. Question is, did you really think Jada and Will had stopped sharing personal details with the media? If so, you're in for a surprise as Jada Pinkett Smith recently revealed some intimate details about her marriage with Will Smith. According to recent reports, their openness about discussing their sexual desires has reportedly made it challenging for the couple to have a fulfilling sex life. During a recent conversation, Jada explained that their desire to communicate can make it uncomfortable for them to be intimate because they struggle to talk about their wants and needs without feeling awkward. Will is also keen to share his perspective on the matter. Here's everything you need to know.
It is not your responsibility to make your wife happy, right? Just like it's not my wife's responsibility to make me happy. It's my responsibility to make me happy, and it's her responsibility to make her happy.
It's widely known that Jada Pinkett Smith doesn't hide the fact that she and Will Smith have a unique marriage and that he's always been open about their relationship. Recently, she co-hosted an episode of the Red Table Talk with her mother, Adrienne Banfield Norris, where they discussed various topics. The episode also featured a cameo appearance by Gwyneth Paltrow, and the conversation focused on sexuality within marriage. During the conversation, the Girls Trip actress hinted that she and her spouse struggle to have a satisfying sex life. The couple has previously acknowledged that their marriage is unconventional, which came as a shock to many of their fans. During the conversation, Gwyneth Paltrow shared her opinion that it's odd how we can feel hurt when someone doesn't fully understand us. Jada Pinkett Smith agreed with her and added that even though communication can be difficult, it's a crucial and advantageous aspect of any relationship. In Jada's words, it's hard. The thing Will and I talk about a lot is the journey. We started in this at a very young age, 22 years old. That's why the accountability part really hit me, because I think you expect your partner to know what you need, especially when it comes to sex. It's like, well, if you love me, you should know. If you love me, you should read my mind. That's a huge pitfall. It's uncomfortable, but it's deeply healthy, and I think around sex because it's something that we don't talk about and there's so much fantasy around it. The actress further added, the big ask now is that did these words from Jada come from a place of experience? Because it all adds up, considering that so much time hasn't passed since she appeared in the news for dating someone much younger, who reports also say made her feel things that Will had never been able to. Could be exactly what happened. On the other hand, not too long ago, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith appeared on an episode of Red Table Talk to address Pinkett Smith's past infidelity, which came to light after musician August Alsina claimed that he had been in a relationship with her. This led some fans to question whether the couple's marriage had been a facade all along. To add to the confusion, August Alsina implied that Will Smith had given him permission to date Jada and even heal with her. This revelation left many people surprised and wondering about the true nature of the couple's relationship. After the news about Jada's affair and August Alsina's claims surfaced, the Smiths chose to have a conversation to clarify the situation. During their discussion, Jada Pinkett Smith and the Bad Boys actor revealed that they had been living separately for some time. Here's what Jada had to say in her defense: I entered into a different kind of entanglement. The only person who could give permission in that particular circumstance was me. What August was probably trying to communicate, because I could see how he would perceive it as permission. Because we were separated amicably, I think he wanted to make it clear that he's not a homewrecker, which he's not. Did Jada just find a way to justify cheating? Pretty confusing, because it's pretty clear that Will wasn't exactly cool with what happened.
I just wanted to feel good. It had been so long since I felt.
Returning to Jada's recent efforts to stay in the headlines, she was quick to clarify her comments about her sex life on Red Table Talk. After the story gained widespread attention, Jada Pinkett Smith spoke out and declared it to be untrue. She also revealed that she and Will Smith have never had any disagreements when it comes to being intimate. This is what she tweeted: only because I got time today. Stop making up headlines. Watch the Red Table Talk I did with Gwyneth Paltrow for yourselves. Will and I have never had an issue in the bedroom. Thank you. However, the people on the internet aren't exactly convinced, and many of them have been sharing opinions of their own. According to one of these users with this very take on the entire situation, here's where they said, everything I see Jada's opened her mouth. I might need God to release Will from the shackles that is Jada Pinkett Smith. Lord, we tired. Another one expressed, probably Will Smith does not want to engage in the messy divorce that will ensue after leaving Jada Pinkett. They have been married for over 23 years, and Will Smith does not want to lose the house. Although some may have their doubts about their relationship, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith have managed to maintain one of the longest-lasting marriages in Hollywood history. The couple has been together for a quarter of a century.
No, I know who's here.
After 20 years, she knows your scent.
I know the touch, I know the scent, I know the energy, everything.
I told her, we were just talking about that. I said, that look of.
But the thing with this pair is that the nature of their relationship is the furthest thing from typical. After sharing over 20 years, Mr. and Mrs. Smith have decided to make their marriage open, which means that each of them is free to date other people while still being a part of their partnership. Nonetheless, despite all of this, they continue to have feelings for one another. Reflecting on their love story, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett met in 1990 when Will was 22 and Jada was 19. Will had been cast as the lead in the sitcom adaptation of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and Jada auditioned for the part of his on-screen girlfriend. However, because of their significant height difference, the casting director decided against casting Jada in the role. Will later revealed that it was love at first sight, but the couple didn't begin dating until 5 years after their initial encounter. At that point, Will had already divorced his first wife, Sherry Zampino, who had given birth to their son Trey in 1992.
How many times are they going to do that? But anyway, they decided to do that in this particular show, right? He's not a good enough husband, and he needs to do better.
And even though Will was initially against divorce, it seems his whole world changed the moment he set his eyes on Jada, as who he was supposed to marry was reportedly clear as day for him. After dating for a year, Will and Jada got engaged, but the details of their relationship were never publicly disclosed. Their marriage was legally recognized in 1997, though it was a difficult time for Jada. She was terribly unwell and 3 months pregnant during the wedding, which turned out to be a disaster for her. Ironically, Jada didn't want to get married because she didn't see the value in it, even though her mother insisted that she do so in order to be present for her daughter's wedding. In 1998, Will and Jada welcomed their first child, a son named Jaden. 2 years later, in 2000, their daughter Willow was born. Both children eventually made their acting debuts in movies alongside their father. While Willow has shown more interest in modeling and presenting, Jaden has followed in his parents' superstar footsteps by pursuing a career in acting and singing. From that point forward, Will stated that the beginning of his relationship with his wife was one that followed the norms of society and was exclusive, but at some point, the couple felt miserable at the same time and made the decision to alter the way in which they communicated with one another. They adopted a new approach to their relationship, which may have seemed strange at the time. They were spotted with other partners in public, but that didn't mean they had divorced. They had simply concluded that after spending a significant amount of time together, they did not want their marriage to feel like a prison, and thus mutually agreed to end their union. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait for the next time the couple get themselves back in the headlines to find out how things might be moving along. However, considering that we've analyzed all of the details here, could it be that things have become bland with the pair in the bedroom because of all the drama they've been through? That's all for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Goodbye.